Hello. It's Nuke.
I've been sick.
But now I'm not so much sick, still a little bit. But I feel well enough to cast Samsung Khan versus Woongjin Stars. Started off with SoulKey versus Roro. Except, up at the 10 o'clock position in yellow, this is ZVZ, so I'm going to have to wait to see who it's going to be. SoulKey. I love rhyming. But anyway, down at the 8 o'clock position in red is Roro. One of the crop of Zergs that Samsung Khan got on the last round of trading. Yeah, I think he's been a great acquisition for them so far. Yeah, with the departure of Great from the team, Great went on to Air Force Ace. They definitely needed a handful of good Zergs to prop them up in the Pro League. Although they've been leaning on their Protoss heavily this season, and it's worked out fantastically for them. I think that Samsung Khan is at number 2 now. Number 2, and they were at number 4 the last time I cast, so that should show you how well they've been doing in the Pro League thus far. I've been pushing CJ Entis down into a hole, that's for sure. Alright, let's take a look at the build orders. Most important part, the early game ZVZ. And also pink shirts are very important, so make sure you wear them. Okay, spawning pool. Coming down first, that was a 9 pool. Little larvae trick to get his larvae closer to the minerals. I love that trick. I even do that trick on Battle.net for no apparent reason. There's no reason for me to do it. I'm going to lose anyway. But this is a 12 pool from Roro down here at the 8 o'clock. And SoulKey is scouting in the right direction. He's going straight down this direction. And it seems like a build order disadvantage for SoulKey already. But you never know where the micro battles might lead us. And the 3 drones on the extractor. 4 SoulKeys up here doing his SoulKey thing. Whatever it is a key to a soul might do. It's kind of an interesting name. I got a key to your soul. Anyway. Oh, it looks like he's going to be a 12 pull expand from Roro. He's expanding, getting scouted immediately by that Overlord. So SoulKey, rather, is going to know exactly where to send those Zerglings. See if he can take down that base. It'll be pretty tight. This is the safest opening, as I've mentioned before in a previous ZVZ. I think I mentioned it before, that 12 pull expands pretty much the middle of the road, safest way you can possibly go. But SoulKey is going to run down here. He's going to try to take out that hatchery. The Zergling should meet him pretty quickly, not to mention Roro is getting the scout. All these Zerglings running up, so he's going to know that they're coming down there. And he's pulled 2 drones off to help him, too, I think. Those drones will be used for mining at this base soon, but SoulKey's trying to sneak in there and get as much damage as he can do before backing off and not losing too many of his own Zerglings. He's got reinforcements coming down the map. Not just these 2, but I saw some more reinforcements flooding down. So he's going to keep on the pressure, try to take down this hatchery. Man, it's going to be an intense standoff, because right now Roro does not have enough to fight this back. He's just barely behind. He's about 2 Zerglings behind. He's going to stay that way. So he's got to micro around. Oh, he loses a drone at the front. He's just got to micro around, see what he can pick off. Oh, he's not doing so well at the moment. I think the SoulKey might be able to muscle his way through and do this. But now Roro has his second hatchery, so he can pump from that second hatchery, pump Zerglings from it. He's pulled more drones off the line to protect that base. So SoulKey's only a few more hits away from taking down that hatchery. He's getting closer and closer. Snipes another drone and forced out of there. Wow. So Roro protects the second base somehow protected that. He lost a handful of drones in the process, though, so it's going to take him a little while to restart his economy, jumpstart it, rather. Okay, the Spire for SoulKey coming up in Roro. He is pumping additional Zerglings. I think he's going to try to bring the pain back to SoulKey. He's angry that SoulKey got so close to destroying his hatchery, so he's going to try to break through here and kill some drones. Oh, barely got that Zergling arc in time. I thought for sure that Roro was going to try to run by that tiny little opening that SoulKey had in his Zergling arc. It looks like he's got the full arc. SoulKey, and get that one Zergling in red, and I think that's the one that Roro is going to try to destroy and run by. But it will be increasingly difficult for him to do so. Although the big danger for SoulKey is eventually he's going to be out macroed if he can't make use of the earlier mutalisks. Make use of those earlier mutalisks, pick off some drones, and whittle down Roro's economy, because right now Roro is just focusing on economies, pumping drones, getting that second base up and mining. And so he's going to be a little bit behind in mutalisk count, but his economy is going to be much, much better in the long term. Okay, let's see how much longer that these guys can hold. Roro is not pumping any additional Zerglings to the front. So I do think that SoulKey is going to be okay. Though Roro's still trying to push through anyway. Trying to get up there, but SoulKey one step ahead here. I think he does have enough Zerglings to defend. Looking at the top, they both have about the same amount, and since there are no reinforcements flooding in for Roro, and the mutalisks are out now for SoulKey, that's going to be the end of that attack. So Roro going to have to run all the way back. But he is keeping a few Zerglings hidden behind the natural expansion. Very smart. Very smart of Roro. He's going to try to wait until SoulKey runs out with all of his Zerglings, and then do a run by, try to pick off some drones. It's all about picking off those drones in a ZVZ. There are some spore colonies being morphed here, but SoulKey, he was within range of that hatchery. I'm surprised he didn't try to take down that hatchery, even though he only has a couple of mutas. But he is going to try to take out this extractor, and he found the hidden Zerglings. So SoulKey, on top of this game today, found the hidden Zerglings, and he already had his own Zerglings in the high ground to intercept them should they try to run by. But just look at these handful of mutas taking down the extractor, and the glaive worms are splashing off of the extractor onto the spore colony and the drones. So he could actually manage to pick off drones from a mile away here. It's going to take a while to do that, of course. They're getting the third splash. So that's going to take a while. The drones are basically, this is just like paper cuts for the drones. They're like, ow, stop it. Stop it, ow. Urgh. But the spore colony is in yellow. He's gotten the spore colony down by half. As the glaive worms are annoying the drones. I haven't seen a drone go down yet. I'm looking around for any blood splatters of the drones a bit. Yeah, SoulKey just has his mutalisk on hold position over here. He is going to take down the extractor, but by doing so, he is going to cut off his way of getting to the spore colony and splashing that some more. Still trying to push the front. He has the Zerglings. It's reinforcements coming down as well. Just non-stop pressure from SoulKey as he's taking his second base. In the meantime, I see the blob up at his own natural expansion. So SoulKey is playing this exactly right so far. Keeping on the aggression, getting the little, picking off little things here and there. And the extractor being rebuilt inside of the main. The mutalisk is just kind of hanging out there. Since so far, Roro is not going to have anything to deal with anti-air except for his spore colonies. That's all he has right now to defend himself. That's going to change soon, of course. But for now, that's just the way it goes. No, yeah, I was going to say no lair, but we have the lair at the second base. I do not see the spire coming up yet. So Roro is running a bit behind because of those attacks from SoulKey, those very aggressive attacks. And he's hanging outside the front with, yeah, just a couple of mutas. He just has those two mutas, I think. And the rest of his Zergling squad. There's some Zergling sneaking in for Roro, though. He might be able to pick off some drones. Oh, one drone goes down. 3 Zerglings are pretty dangerous when it comes to running inside your base, picking off drones. 2 you can deal with, sort of, but 3, just a little bit difficult. Another drone goes down. Oh, man, I'm not sure if we got the third or not. But I know he definitely took out 2 drones attacking that main. So Roro, nice from him so far, but he's got to keep up the mutalisk count. And so far, I haven't seen the spire. Maybe I'm just glancing over the spire, but I don't think that Roro has established a spire yet. I think he's just droning back up at each of his bases. There's a spire just started for Roro. And the Samsung Con coach looking a bit distraught. It's like, you just now got your spire? He's going to be way behind a mutalisk count once he does start pumping those mutas. And as you can see, SoulKey is kind of taking advantage of that by saturating his bases. He hasn't been really pumping that much, and he put down his third hatchery in the meantime, which is going to give him a big advantage because off of 2 gas, 3 hatcheries pretty much give you the most efficient mutalisk pumping. that you can get, as long as he does have that second base completely saturated soon. And okay, some more Zerglings hiding out for Roro, ready to sneak in there and pick off drones. And now the natural expansion is saturated, it's much more exposed, and I think those Zerglings will be able to pick off some drones if they run in there soon enough. But it looks like Roro is biding his time. He doesn't have any scouting of the natural expansion, so he's pretty much got to guess when he can run in and get the damage done.